Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is Joshua. Gangsta Time Code.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, everybody? Thanks for listening. What's good, Chris?
Hey, bud.
What up, Brian?
Yeah. Welcoming back from the singularity, it is Edgelord Big News Brian.
Yo, what's up, nerds?
Yeah, for those who are not in the know, Brian forgot his mic last week, so we did what any reasonable podcast would do and forced Brian to become one with the AI singularity. So how was that, Brian? Did you enjoy yourself in there?
It was a little awkward, to be honest.
Oh, yeah?
Wasn't really expecting it to be so hot in there.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking hot in the internet, dude. In the living internet, shit gets crazy. But he's back now in the flesh. Very excited to do this episode. We got a handful of series that we'll probably spend 2 hours talking about. So let's get into plugs. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole_37, that's on Instagram. And at NYChillin with an EN, not an ING, and that's on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Brian?
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Ooh, yeah. Did you get your computer fixed?
Yeah, I'm currently on my computer again.
Hey.
Nice.
The boy is streaming, so check him out.
He had to go inside the computer last week to maintenance this shit, and now it's back.
Yeah. Oh my god. Very excited. Check out his Twitch stream and check out our Instagram and Twitter at New Jump City on both, especially on the Twitter because we do a really good chapter of the week poll every week when the chapters drop on Sunday through the official release. So yeah, check us out there. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. We do actually have a new question, but that will be for next week because we need to ruminate on it. Sketchy Mike is trying to challenge our very ability to answer these weird ass questions, so I need to take some time before we get into it. I don't think I sent it to the boys because I forgot, but
oh shit,
yeah, we got your question and we're getting on it. But if you guys have questions out there that you guys want to ask us, let us know. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com, or you can comment under the video that you're watching below, whether it's the full version of the podcast or the little highlight breakouts that we make for each episode. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe? Just do us a favor. Subscribe, like, share the video. Let people know that we're cool if you enjoy the podcast. And if you prefer audio podcasts, check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're on there. The audio version of the podcast usually comes out first. So get on there and give us a review. I think Spotify does reviews now, like little stars. You can rate it on Spotify. Give us the 5 stars, and leave us an iTunes review. Help us with the algorithm. The algorithm is all powerful. We need to best it.
Yes.
But until then, that's about it for the plugs. Let's get into the show proper. One Piece. Oh my god. This is One Piece chapter 1043. Let's face death together. 3 exclamation points. The cover page is not really anything crazy.
Really not.
Brule and Oven just get to Whole Cake Island, but it is still destroyed, it looks like, from the battle that the Straw Hats had there. So
I really couldn't tell.
Yeah, you can see the cake falling over. So I guess it's still fucked up. But anyway.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Next week will probably crazy. No, but last chapter we left off. Kaido seemingly has defeated Luffy with the help of the CP0 guy who came in and did Luffy dirty there with the attack. So the Kaido's attack has landed, unfortunately, and Luffy is actually defeated. It's
Hold Yeah, all the gear forth running out of his body.
Yeah, Kaido's just looking up at the steam, at the potential that he had, and just being like, damn, this sucks. Meanwhile, down below, Momonosuke notices that he cannot hear Luffy's voice anymore using the observation haki. Luffy falls to the ground, regular mode, and it's official. The narrator declares Kaido, King of Beasts, the winner of the battle on the roof of the Skull Dome. And now it's just... That's
how we knew it was real.
Oh, yeah. Now it's just Kaido and CP0 guy, and Kaido is immediately like...
He's like... Watch the YouTube, guys.
Oh my god.
NewJumpCity.com. I mean, YouTube/. Man, go on YouTube and look up New Jump City podcast.
We're there.
You'll see us.
Yeah. Kaido looks down on CP0 guy and is like, so you're prepared for what happens next? And to his credit, CP0 guy doesn't even says nothing.
He accepted his fate the moment he took that order.
Yeah, he tips his cap. Let me close my eyes.
He his cap, didn't he? Yeah.
He said, "Let me close my eyes, make sure I don't see what's coming." And Kaido unleashes, I think, his biggest attack actually that he's ever done. Like we've seen him do, right on CP0 guy's head. Mashed him into jelly. I guess it's very safe to say, even through One Piece rules, CP0 guy is dead.
His man tilts his cap too. I think.
Yeah.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, a little gangster salute there. Just like,
right.
All right. See you later, Space Cowboy. It's not looking good. He's dead. Everybody's like, yo, the ceiling is collapsing. Everybody's just trying to get out of the fucking area of destruction that's becoming of Onigashima. And all of a sudden, Kaido comes down full dragon form, coming in hot. He's just like, Luffy's done. All right, where's Momonosuke?
Yeah, like, all right, I'm ready to end this shit now.
Yeah, this is over. I'm finished. I'm tired of this shit. This is the worst day ever.
So this war is over. I am Shanks.
Yeah, but a dragon. Yeah.
And more aggressive.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, Luffy is dead. Anyone else who wishes to challenge me, step forward. And all of Luffy's allies are like, fuck. Kid and Law are like, shit. Chopper starts crying. Nami is like yelling at Kaido like, you're fucking lying, bitch. You didn't kill that guy. You didn't kill Luffy. Fuck you. I don't believe you.
And Kaido wanted the smoke immediately.
Yeah, Kaido is not tolerating any backtalk. He immediately just shoots his blast breath.
Who?
He said, huh? Who said that?
There you are.
Calling me a liar?
Hey, the fuck you just said?
And then he unleashes his blast breath. Marco comes in for the save. Pretty cool. He yells at Nami not to lose her composure before it's all over. Good for Marco for being an optimist. Gotta respect it. And Kaido goes off, man. He is like, the fucking plan's gonna go off as planned. You know, the Onigashima's gonna land upon the flower capital. And I'm gonna take everyone here as my slave. You have earned my wrath. Fuck you guys. I win.
Yeah.
He's really just gloating. This is his touchdown dance.
He wasn't talking his shit. Yeah.
I like to picture as a dragon, he's like, ooh.
Yeah, right. Just do the stuff.
Everyone's gonna be my slave.
Angry because of what just transpired. I don't see him. I don't think he's quite festive, but I think like how you said from the jump, he has had enough. He's enough of this farce. Yeah, I think this is light.
I guess
he's like, y'all gonna get down or fucking lay down.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like like that touchdown like celebration when like you've been like losing for so long and then you finally get over like 2 points and you just like throw the ball on the ground. You just look at the audience like this. That's what Kaido's doing right now.
Yeah.
He's like prancing around, like, you know. But yeah, Kaido's saying all this shit.
Dragon dancing on him.
He says, "This is what it means to lose a war. The cost of your defeat is your freedom and your hope." Oh my God.
He's keeping it real.
I mean, you know, good on him. That's interesting given what happens later, but we'll get into that. So yeah, all of Kaido's pirates are reinvigorated. They immediately like try to kill Law and Kid. But Law and Kid's crewmates come in, and each one from each crew like defends the other captain. Like you see John Bart from Law's crew protect Kid, and one of Kid's pirates come and protect Law. It's kind of a cool little moment there. The Cat Viper and Carrot are trying to figure out a way to escape, but you know all the fucking exits are blocked by like flames. Everything's on fire. Kid and Law get up like, well, this is our last ride. You know, we're not going down like bitches.
Right.
Which respect. Little points of respect.
Law's like, man, I see you at the crossroads, dog.
Yeah, definitely.
His lame ass. So we did our job.
Yeah, we beat an emperor. Meanwhile, outside,
what was Zoro? He had somebody.
Yeah,
right?
he did have somebody.
Was his name girl up there? Let me that guy.
Which guy?
Kaido's daughter. So.
Oh, Yamato.
Yamato.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, Yamato's outside with Momonosuke, and Momonosuke is panicking because Yamato is like, "We're gonna have to fight, dog. I mean, we gotta abort this little thing we're doing here and go in and try to beat my dad's ass." And Momo's freaking out.
It's time to die. Like I'm ready to go die about this shit.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like,
yeah,
maybe we can just surrender and not lose our lives.
Yeah.
Yamato not trying to hit that shit.
Not at all. We're making it. It's more epic than we're making it sound because we're summarizing. But she gives this really cool. He gives this really cool speech about how like your surrender would be worse than dying, because you know this whole thing was about like putting you in power. And first of all, there's no way he's gonna let you live. So, you know, us surrendering, we're just gonna be worse than death because we'll just be slaves in Kaido's weapons factory. So that's not gonna be fun. So if you're gonna let it go to waste, then let's face death together. Cool line, and a little bit of silence as Momonosuke ponders over this possibility. Kaido is just blasting people left and right. He's like, I'll clean this shit up myself then if you guys aren't going to do this.
Hey, you worthless fucking crewmates.
Yeah, for sure. And then...
They haven't talked since we've been on this island. What the fuck?
Yeah. And then the big thing happens. The big thing everyone's talking about. Out on the Skull Dome, Luffy's heart is beating, and then Zunisha starts piping up. He says, Momonosuke, I can hear it. How long it's been. I hear the drums of liberation. For the first time in 800 years, he is here. Momonosuke's like, who's here? And he says, Joy Boy has returned, as Luffy is going through some transformation of some sort. And that's where the chapter ends. That's where the chapter ends. We got 2 weeks until the next One Piece chapter. It's not coming out this coming week, which just grinds my gears. It just chaps my ass. But
it's off for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. It's off next week, and then the week after it's coming back.
Okay.
Which is still upsetting. But then I think after that there's also another break waiting for us. So we only get 1 chapter. And then there's another break right after. I feel like Oda does this on purpose. Like, he knows when his breaks are. So he timed this exact thing to happen right there.
I mean, he's literally been doing it longer than we've been alive. So
I mean, not necessarily. Yeah. Longer than Brian's been alive, maybe. But
didn't he start Didn't he start One Piece in the 80s?
He started in 1995. Or 95,
Maybe I'm thinking about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball is the 80s.
Okay.
But anyway, Let's get into thoughts. Josh, what are your thoughts on this chapter?
Don't get me wrong. I'm as hype as the next guy over the Joy Boy situation, but I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. My initial thought, what was going on with Luffy, is that this is not Joy Boy himself, but this is Luffy manifest, like awakening his fruit, which is what Joy Boy probably had. He probably had the rubber fruit, but it was unrecognizable because he had like awakened it by the time he started, having notoriety and such. At the time, by the time he was making moves and being a revolutionary, he probably had already awakened his fruit. So they probably, that's why so many people didn't put it just two and two together, and probably why Kaido laughed it off when he said, "You're no Joy Boy." He said that for a reason. He probably knew that he used to have. Kaido looks old AF.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he was probably around when Joy Boy was a child. Probably still a grown dragon man.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely old. Anyway, yeah, I think he's awakening. I think this is metaphoric. I don't think it's actually Joy Boy coming through his body. Does anyone think that?
I mean,
rebuttal first.
There's a lot. I'll get into it when I get into my thoughts because I actually have a list of all of the differing theories that people have.
Fair. Let me finish
Brian.
off. I don't think I have any actual thoughts, so I can move it to Brian.
All right. So this chapter definitely did stir up some a lot of thoughts about this chapter.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody was talking about it for sure because, it's a pretty big deal. I think I don't know. I'm approaching One Piece now with a healthy dose of caution. Because I just hope it doesn't end up like Naruto or like all these other Chosen One kind of stories. I just wonder what Oda's gonna do with this kind of thing,
Yeah.
It worries me. It worries me a little bit. I know Oda is really good and shit like that, but anybody can fall victim to the Chosen One stuff.
Oh yeah. Do you have any other thoughts, Brian?
Nope, that's about it.
Okay, so obviously a lot to unpack here, because this kind of sent, I guess, the One Piece community a flutter.
Yeah, let me hear about it. What's going on?
Okay, so I mean, everybody has their. I mean, there's a lot of prevailing theories going around, mostly because we know jack shit about Joy Boy, so there's no real inferences we can make.
Sure.
And I guess like I have two ideas as to what this could mean. So it's either a lot of people are like Luffy is a reincarnation of Joy Boy. So that's under the assumption that Joy Boy was an actual person. And, Luffy is just like the second coming of this person. And what I think it is, which I fall under the school of thought that Joy Boy is not a person even. I would say that Joy Boy is like a title or a spirit of some sort that passes down from people to people. I believe that it started with Nika, and then it became Joy Boy, and now it's Luffy.
Who's Nika again? Is that
the sun god? Remember the sun god that they mentioned earlier? Mm-hmm. There's these like little like emblems of like freedom, like symbols of freedom in Nika and Joy Boy. So I think it's more that. And I saw this really cool comment somewhere, like maybe on TikTok. Somebody said that like anybody with the D can be Joy Boy. Like they're all in theory candidates to become Joy Boy. And I really like that theory a lot. But I mean, who can say for sure? There's not even anything like, unless Oda himself goes back and shows it to us, I don't think there's much we can go back and even kind of infer, because Joy Boy is brought up so sparingly throughout the series. But the reason I think it's more not an actual person is because the way Kaido talks about him is that you couldn't be Joy Boy. Like he says it, I think
as if it's a title.
As if it's like something ethereal out there, something like non-tangible. That Joy Boy represents something more. Maybe it could have been a person named Joy Boy, but Joy Boy as a concept is probably something that has been alive ever since the start. So that's
symbol of freedom.
Right? Yeah, something like that. And I think it's very interesting if they go through with this thing where Luffy is something of a chosen one. And I think like the reason that this like how Oda handles this is very much like the fate of One Piece as a series kind of hinges on how he handles this Joy Boy thing. Because Luffy is all about freedom. Like that's his whole thing. That's why he wants to be king of the pirates, is because the king of the pirates is the freest man in the world. So, to be a chosen one is to be kind of shackled by fate. And I don't think I think like the question with Luffy, if he is a chosen one of some sort, is how he responds to that. Because Luffy has been like very apprehensive about people telling him about the One Piece, even Rayleigh, who almost told him, and he just like shut that shit down.
He's like, I'll find out myself, right?
Yeah. I think like, I don't think Luffy would react well to like finding out that his life was actually just like planned out from the beginning. And I think that's the real question there. It's maybe like a deconstruction of the chosen one trope in general and what that means in terms of Luffy's philosophy about freedom. But yeah, I think that's this is going to be crazy one way or another. The rest of the chapter was entertaining as fuck. I did enjoy it, and this was something I didn't even remotely see coming, because who would have thought that Joy Boy would just emerge. Here's a unique theory of mine, is that maybe because there's been talk about the gum fruit, and maybe if Joy Boy is a person, maybe there's something about the devil fruits that if you're in tune with them enough, and if you've awakened them, part of your spirit lives within this fruit. So if you eat it, like you basically, I guess like to a degree, Avatar style, can have a link to the people who had it before. But that's just me. And I'm not really putting my stamp on that super hard. But I think there's something to that, especially with the significance of the gum fruit lately that's being placed on it.
I think, if you don't mind me, but I think there's still room for it to be a situation where it's not about Luffy being the chosen one, but about him just being the most adequate for that role. Like when Zunisha says Joy Boy, that can still very much mean like we have found our Joy Boy, like our next,
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that kind of Luffy blazed for himself. And I think the image that, I think it's important to say it that way. Like, if he's shackled by fate, then so the hell is everybody else, and nothing anybody else is doing is of their own free will anyway, right? So what kind, I don't think that's, I think it's plausible to believe that he had the destiny in his hands, you know what I'm saying? And because of, again, the conditions that led to him, getting the fruit and going through what he went through, and, having, going through different towns and cities and changing people and setting the gears in motion for other things happening around the world, I think he's just the number one candidate. And, when I think about when they had those weird pointy guys, and that picture of Luffy, I think that's what that was about. I don't think anybody was fortune telling. Although I wouldn't be surprised if someone had the fortune no teller fruit.
Wait, what do you mean?
Okay, do you remember when they were in Marijoa?
Yeah.
Those royal guys?
Yeah,
they looked all weird and pointy, and they had a picture of Luffy, right?
There's one guy. It's Emu.
Okay, Emu, my bad. I thought it was like a group of them. It was just Emu. I don't think that was him forecasting the future or saying like, yes, the pieces are falling into place. I think that was him recognizing like, oh shit, if Luffy continues on his trajectory and blows past these obstacles or does something, even losing the Kaido, if he sparks some type of change in Wano where they resist and things, and that, you know, creates more waves that affects other lands, it still fits the bill that Luffy is their prime, the prime disruptor. I mean, Shanks been around for mad long. He's super powerful, and it's not like they have his face up there. They haven't done anything to take him out or curtail him. But then again, we don't know that much either. So
yeah, I mean, there's
all I'm trying to argue for is that it's very plausible that this is Luffy, you know, blazing his own path.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Emo had a bunch of people, like a bunch of photos on him. So, you know, he had Shirahoshi, he had Vivi, he had Blackbeard. But it is very possible that he's
yeah, you're right. He did have a bunch.
Yeah, it's very possible that he is just kind of like tracking the potential people who could be Joy Boy in this life. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much we don't know. So it's just going to be wild conjecture left and right. I don't know. I don't know how people can say with a straight face that they know 100% what these things could mean. But I'm excited to find out. Man. Say again?
Well, so I have one last thought.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not going to be upset if this is something that Oda didn't plant, like, in the series before. Even if this whole Joy Boy situation is kind of being retroactively made, I think it's okay as long as he blends it well with the story and makes other things feel more relevant towards what he's trying to accomplish in the past, you know? But he doesn't. We don't need to have these polls.
Yeah.
You know? I wouldn't mind that.
To be fair, though, this has been kind of set up that Luffy was a special character since, like, the start. Like,
yeah.
So it's not like it's a shock that Luffy is kind of a quote-unquote chosen one type of character. It's just, it doesn't always pan out well whenever somebody is the chosen one. Like, it's so overdone and all that stuff. And I feel like that's the main thing that people are worried about, is whether the writing in this series is going to take a hit for it or not.
I agree. A lot of the discourse is actually like people are comparing it to the whole like Naruto and Neji debate way back in the day, when like the battle that was is that like Neji believed that everything was preordained. Everything is that's going to happen is meant to happen. And Naruto was like, no, with hard work, with effort, you can change your future. You can be something else. And then he ended up being the number one guy. He ended up being the son of the fourth Hokage, the guy who basically tames the nine-tailed fox, the guy who saves the village a bunch of times over. And it turns out he was always supposed to be that guy. Right. Because he's a descendant of like the very important ninja that started this whole thing, like the Otsutsuki alien people that started this whole thing.
He was the most special boy.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are worried about with Luffy. And I would argue that if he does go down this road, I think that is going to be more of a question than it is a plot point. You know, I think that's going to be like a question that Oda is asking in terms of the narrative, like, what does it mean for Luffy specifically to be the chosen one? How will he take to that, given that he's doing all of this whole journey has just been about being a free guy, doing whatever he wants, going on these adventures, going where people tell him not to go. What does that mean for someone like that? And that's going to be very interesting. And I think that's what he's hinting at. Maybe.
Maybe all Joy Boy really means is do whatever the fuck you want and don't let people have slaves.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's a lot of...
hey, without just conjecture, right?
No, you're right. No, that's definitely part of it. I do think that Joy Boy is 100% anti-slave. So
100%.
Yeah, about 1,000,000,000% if that's even physically possible. But yeah, I'm very interested to see where this goes. One Piece, it's probably my favorite series of all time. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I have a lot of faith in Oda. And this is the thing that I would say that this is not an ass pull, mostly because like Oda has said he knows how One Piece ends. I feel like it's just been extended. It's just with the journey ended up being a lot longer than he expected. But he's always known how it ends. And Wano as an arc has been very detailed. This is a thing he's probably wanted to do since the very start. So I think everything in this is going exactly as how he thought about it back in 1997 when he started this. But yeah, I mean, those are all my thoughts. Do you guys have any rebuttals? Any final words on the subject?
Nah.
Josh?
Negative.
All right. Then I suppose we should move. Oh, wait.
Oh, RGC.
Yeah, RGC. Brian?
Yeah, I'll RGC it.
Oh, and this is also the audience voted RGC. All right. This is a harmonic convergence RGC, a harmonic RGC. I did make a harmonic drop for this thing. So, this is a little draft. I made it 20 minutes before the podcast, really. So here we go. This is our very first official harmonic, really good chapter of the week.
We have gathered today in celebration. Rejoice, my friends, for this is the harmonic RGC.
That was a plan. Yes.
Yeah.
We here, boy.
I'll probably
we all on the same page, finally.
Yeah, the lot of us. Well, I'll polish that up for you guys in the next week.
Brian hated himself for picking One Piece.
Yeah, did
Not
you, Brian?
because he thought he was lying to himself, but because he knew he was telling the truth.
Brian, any rebuttals to that?
It was just even though I'm coming at it with a lot of skepticism, it's a really big chapter for the series.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you just can't
Good boy,
underestimate
bro.
that.
Yeah, the significance of this chapter cannot be overstated. This is a big deal. But anyway, that was it. Harmonic, really good chapter of the week. Thank you guys for voting. Vote again at New Jump City on Twitter on Sunday when I put out the new poll. But until then, let's move onward. My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 347, Inflation. Last we left off, Shigaraki was stuck in a Thunderdome that was designed for his demise. Deku was supposed to be here, but unfortunately not. He is not there right now because, oops, whoopsie daisy. He got dragged into the battle against Toga. Which not as epic, I imagine, but yeah. So all of the heroes that are currently there's a lot of them, but among them being Bakugo, Mirko, Best Jeanist, and Eraserhead, Monoma, Phantom Thief. They're all there. They're trying to fight off Shigaraki as best they can, but Shigaraki grows a bunch of hands and smacks Mirko in the face with it. And that's where the chapter ends.
Many hands and fingers.
Yeah, many hands and fingers. It's
honestly, I took a few minutes to look at that picture.
Yeah.
So I took a little break from the action, guys, but man, this was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing surprising here, but boy, do you see all of the fingers and hands and fingers. A lot of fingernails, too. I think that's what got me. The fingernails.
Yeah. The detail on them, too, man. Horikoshi really showed out.
Oh, yeah.
In the grossest way possible, but he did. But, yeah.
It's just like my hair or my nails. I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're getting into that right now. Everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? We still have him under erasure. How is this happening? And Shigaraki explains that it's just growth. This is just my body adjusting to my super cool all-for-one powers. It's just like, when your hair grows out, my hands grow out of me, It's just a normal growing boy.
Real quick. Also, it's like we already know the limitations to Shigaraki's quirks. Like I don't know why they're so surprised. I mean, not Shigaraki. Eraserhead's quirk. Like we know that he can't stop metaphysical, like physical quirks. Like he can't disable
hetero. What was it? Heteromorphs. Is that what they're called? He can't stop those guys. He can't stop basically people who could transform, people who like Spinner, who are like mutations that are physical in nature.
Like the dog police officer, there's nothing he could do for him.
Basically.
Or the chicken doctor.
Right, the chicken doctor, of course.
Right. Nice.
Most importantly, the chicken doctor, of course.
I mean, the most important character in the series, honestly. He's healed Deku how many times?
Several.
He got him on a good meal plan, too.
Yeah. So yeah, Shigaraki has a bunch of hands out. They're not really sure. Mirako lost her arms and her arm and leg in this battle again, like the artificial one that they gave her so she could fight. And they have like spares for her. That's pretty cool. So she grabs some of those. Pretty cool. And they try to get in touch.
Very realistic.
Yeah. I mean, it's a smart idea to just have spares.
No, right. Because they would break. So have spares, right.
Yeah.
And it came, I thought it made sense.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Eraserhead tries to get in contact with Midoriya, and Midoriya is trying to like talk to them, but like signal's bad. So, they're just they can't really they're trying to find a way to warp him, but they really can't because Monoma can only use one quirk at a time. And switching from erasure to warp would take around 10 seconds. And if all of those fucking hands that Shigaraki has are capable of activating his decay, then they're fucked. So they cannot take their eyes off of Shigaraki at any point in time. So they just got to Midoriya's going to have to make it there on his own, and the rest of the heroes are just going to have to stall as much as they can. Meanwhile, back on Okuto Island, which is 200 kilometers offshore in the Pacific Ocean, there's this resort that Gang Orca runs. And this is his resorts they're just fighting at. So, they're fighting the Nomu. The Nobu has this cool power where he just, like, detaches his limbs. It reminds me of the Lizard Girl, kind of, sort of, from Class 1B, who could, like, break apart her body and stuff. But it's not her, obviously. The guy with the teeth quirk guy is back as well. Moonfish.
Oh yeah. Man, return of Moonfish.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'll give you one of these. Yeah. I'm glad. I like this guy. He had a really creepy ass power, and I thought they took him away too quickly.
I did too, but he's back and now he's fulfilled in every way you wanted it to be. Oh, we see this character. I actually know this character that's talking to Froppy, the sailor chick.
Yeah, she's a filler character.
And if I remember correctly, she's from an anime episode.
Yeah.
Not the manga.
Yeah, filler episode.
Yeah, I knew that. Otherwise, I would have been like, who the fuck is that? Who's the sailor chick? Like, what's her power? I actually don't remember what her power is. Yeah. Was it sonar or something like that? She's like a radar.
I don't remember either. Anyway. So yeah, in the ensuing chaos, they kind of lose Uraraka and Deku. So they're just trying to figure out what to do now. But that's when Toga pulls up, seemingly out of the ground. You can see like the ground folding around her. It's kind of weird. She pulls up and she's like, "Don't go, Izuku. I love you, so please don't go." And Deku's surprised because his danger sense didn't activate, despite the fact that Toga came at him with 2 whole knives. The user of the danger sense, the One for All guy, pulls up and is like, "Well, it's not recognizing the threat she poses because when she attacks someone, she does so out of genuine and pure affection." So, because Toga loves genuinely loves Deku, her attacks cannot be seen as dangerous. Like, she doesn't have the malice in her to do it. And that's where the chapter ends. This is actually a short chapter. It's like 14 pages. But yeah, that's all she wrote for this one. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I'm going to go back to page 7.
Okay.
And I would encourage you guys as well.
Okay. Oh boy.
Whoever's listening, if you guys are following along, go to My Hero Academia, page 7.
Mm-hmm. We're here.
Okay. We there?
Yep.
It's just my slow ass iPad. Sorry, guys. Okay. So you see these guys in the bottom panel, right? I want you to take a good look at them.
Oh boy.
So check this out. What I realized while Shigaraki was throwing his many fingers around and encompassing the entire battlefield, what's stopping him from going after Monoma and Eraserhead? I would hope they have a plan. Bro, because if they don't, and their plan was just to shut him down, like just to shut his powers down and then outmuscle him, son, this is gonna be the last time you see these guys alive. Those guys that I told you, page 7.
Yeah.
Best. I always wanted to see Best Genius get in a one-on-one fight, but
This could be his time.
oh yeah,
Maybe.
or maybe he'll just be dead the next time you see him. Maybe the whole battle will have happened off screen, and Shigaraki would be bragging about how they're so lesser than him, even without his quirks.
Well, that's interesting. Do you have any more thoughts?
I mean, that'd be gangster on Shigaraki's part. That'd be pretty lit. I'm not saying that's inherently a bad thing.
Yeah.
But because I like Best Genius, and this is the last time I'm going to see him, I think he was poorly represented as a character, therefore could not win the RGC.
Okay. That's fair.
I said that mostly to grind Brian's gears, but those are pretty much my thoughts. I'm gonna bounce off of whatever you guys say later. Brian, do you have any thoughts?
This was a very close runner-up for me, mainly because they established some really interesting stakes to this arc. Like, they finally found a way to make Toga an actual threat, which is awesome. You know, like, before, when you think of Toga, you don't think of somebody who's going to be like a big deal villain. But they found like a really cool way for her to be like a reasonable fight. You know what I mean? Like a reasonable character to focus on, because they gave her an interesting way to get around Deku's quirks and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And also, last chapter, I was thinking, like, wait, can Shigaraki just use his decay with those things? And this chapter confirmed it, which makes the stakes for that fight even fucking wilder. Like, you gotta understand, this chapter set up some really interesting set pieces that Horikoshi could play around with. You know, like, I'm highly impressed, and I hope that he has a little bit of fun with it. You know,
Yeah.
and like he
Me
is,
too.
like, it seems like this is everything he was kind of building the fights up for, like building up all that planning and all that stuff. He was setting all that up just so he could get to this point, and it shows. Like, already My Hero Academia is like 20 times more exciting than it was like for the past month. And it's because of this situation that they're in. So I'm really looking forward to next week. You know, I love a good conundrum for the heroes to try to figure out. And I hope it's like a slugfest back and forth type of thing, like it was during the raid or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I have a quick rebuttal. Brian, do you know who Black Widow is?
Oh God.
No, I don't. Sorry.
You don't? The Avenger?
I've never.
The Almighty Avenger.
No, I've never heard of it.
Marvel. Okay, well,
I only know about Hawkeye. Sorry.
Well, interesting you say that. But I'm going to focus on Black Widow for those that don't know. Okay? She is arguably one of the most powerful humans
Oh my god.
in all of Marvel. So, when I think about Toga, I think about Black Widow. Like, she is incredibly lethal and powerful. Think about Mystique. What's her power? She changes into people. And what else? She can beat people up mad good.
I have a feeling you're saying this not
just stronger than them. She's just better than she's just better than you.
Okay.
Unless you're more high profile or the plot. She becomes a victim of plot armor. You know what I'm saying? That's Mystique's issue. She loses fights she shouldn't because of plot.
Mm-hmm.
She truly is You get the point, Brian. All right, you get the point. Toga's incredibly powerful, so I would take it. I would appreciate it if you stopped disrespecting her like that.
He didn't. He said that she was very powerful.
At least in this scenario, I feel like if she was against anybody else,
always been that strong, bro.
I feel like if she didn't have like an emotional connection,
all right,
so knock it off. if she wasn't like if she didn't have this emotional connection to these characters, I feel like her fight would be less interesting. Because if you think about it, like, what is the solution for this problem? Like, what is the solution for Deku's problem? He would have to make her not love him anymore. So it adds like a moral dilemma to this fight. It's not just I'm gonna punch you and I'm gonna win. It's also like a moral dilemma that's been plaguing both Uraraka and Deku. Like, how do you handle a situation like this? You know,
and Deku
without being a monster.
And be like, stop it,
stop
it.
It's like, who's the real hero? Who's the real villain? That's what I feel like they go with when it comes to Toga. You know.
It's
no,
Toga.
I think you bring up a really good point, Brian. Because I was thinking about that too. How are they going to handle this fight? What are they going to do? Kill her? Lock her up for something that's not really her fault? She needs help. That's for sure. She needs to get the fuck away from people that she can harm. That's for sure. She needs a lot of help. I don't think she needs to get defeated and maimed.
Yeah.
And die by accident when the hero tries to save her. But you know how that goes.
Yeah. I also like this chapter quite a bit. I mean, obviously, the art's awesome. This one panel with Shigaraki and his weird hand spores are really cool. Mad detail. Love it. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. I do agree with Brian that the stakes for this are interesting. Hopefully, if he does like play this out and just like shows all these battles going on for a while, it could be it could make for a bunch of fun chapters. It's ostensibly like a time bomb, you know, because you're right, Josh. What is to stop Shigaraki from going after Monoma? But I think that's the game for them, is to make sure that he doesn't.
His edge shot, he's gonna stop.
I mean, Shigaraki
that's what it's gonna be all about, protecting them. That's what it's gonna turn into, stalling out and trying to protect them for as long as they can.
Basically, I mean, you know, he doesn't have his powers right now, so
but he can still destroy them. Yeah,
who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen in that? On Toga's front, yeah, I'm honestly not like ultra invested in the Toga storyline. But I think there is something to be said that Toga is now a threat because she can use people's quirks when she transforms. So she's not just Black Widow, Josh.
She's Black Widow with the fucking Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, she can. She has twice as blood, so she
relatively speaking.
So she could use twice as powers, and who knows? She could have taken a bunch of people's powers. She has like probably a bunch of people's blood. She has Uraraka's abilities. You know,
True.
she has stuff that she could bring in terms of battle that could be interesting. I mean, they're going to have to fight her a little bit. They can't just like talk her down, especially since they're in the middle of a damn battlefield where everyone around them's fighting. So, I don't know. Another problem this presents is that Deku's 200 kilometers away, which is a lot of kilometers.
How far is like 1 kilometer?
We're
Not like a mile or something?
Yeah, Brian, can you look up how far 200 kilometers is in miles? Because I have no idea. It feels like a lot. Because kilometers.
Dude, I don't even know how many miles away most stuff is. I don't drive.
It's less than a mile away.
Oh, really?
No,
way.
no. That's
Stop it.
meters.
No
All right,
way.
it's 124 miles away.
Okay, that's better. Less than
It was on meters. It was not on kilometers.
The world, so fair enough. Yeah,
124 miles away.
Oh my.
So that's another problem. It's like, how is Deku even going to get there?
Brian, could you check how many miles is New York to like DC?
It's
Just for
not.
reference.
It's not that much. It's not 200 kilometers. It can't be.
Maybe it is.
But yeah, that's the toga thing.
226 miles.
Whoa, looks like I was wrong.
He was wrong, everybody.
I didn't think it would be on the dot. I
don't think it was on the dot, but it was very close. I didn't think it would be that much.
He was incorrect. Get his ass.
DC. That's what he went. How many kilometers? 200 kilometers away, he said?
Yeah, 200 kilometers away.
Yeah, Monoma sent these niggas, man. Up the coast.
Yeah.
Like Kumadori. I think Kumadori.
Komodori flew 200 kilometers.
Like 200 kilometers.
Yeah, when Chopper tossed his ass, he went 200 kilometers away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole bunch of thoughts about My Hero. I think that's where it is. I also think it's more interesting. This isn't my runner up, but it is very closely tied to my actual runner up. Because I do find this somewhat interesting. It was a short chapter, and I definitely felt like it was a short chapter.
It was a really short chapter, man.
But looking forward to it. My Hero is not on break next week, so that's nice. At the very
I wanted to say that this. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just want to comment. This fight on the beach looks fucking crazy. I hope we get to see details of it, and not it's just happening in the background while Toga,
yeah,
leads out over Midoriya. Okay, that's it.
They are indeed getting it in there. Like,
remember when the Nomus was so cool? Like,
the Nomus are cool.
Yeah.
The high-end Nomus were cool. I think only like one of them has been defeated since the war. Like during the war. They still have like 6.
Okay.
But yeah. Also, once again, the art is Horikoshi's a fantastic artist. I mean, it's part of the appeal. It's like one of the reasons like I like to collect the volumes. I need this art in my house. But with that being said, no more thoughts, yeah?
No more.
Then let us move onward. Black Clover. This is Black Clover chapter 326. Oh, color pages too. Wow. 326, wherever it shows up. Fuck. Where's the title of this chapter? Anyway, it's 326. Whatever, bro. They're just not going to tell us what the title chapter is. Oh, it's all the way down here. It's called 326 Brothers.
Alternative title, Believe in Your Friends, Part 326.
This is Believe in Your Friends, chapter 326. Believe in Your Friends.
Title.
Yeah.
My patented alternate title.
No, that's the name of the series.
That's the name of the series.
It's the name of the series. It's the name of the chapter.
Man. That's it.
It's the name of both of them. It's Believe in Your Friends, chapter 326. Believe in Your Friends.
Yeah.
Last we left off, yeah, took a hit for Asta. He's down. I didn't think he'd be down. He's like down.
Yeah, he broke his axe on him, so that broke his swag.
Yeah. And
then he got punched in his gut or something, and that actually broke him physically.
Yeah, he said, my swag.
My bones and health.
My bones and health, but more importantly, my swag.
My swag. No, not in front of Ashta.
So yeah, they, in this opportunity, Yami and Noct pull up behind Lucifero and try to do this super cool combo spell, Doppelganger. But then they get immediately destroyed, hands through guts.
Wait, that shit was fire.
It was
That shit
cool.
fire. It came up from the shadows and it said, "Ooh, what you thought?" It said, how about we lock? You know, I had to read this several times to understand that they went to cut his head off, and it just didn't matter.
Yeah,
That's what happened. I
yeah.
thought they cut his arms off at first. I thought that's what happened, but it just didn't matter that they cut his head off. I guess
They didn't.
very demoralizing. Yeah,
They didn't cut his head off. He just immediately went like, "Blah, blah. Get your head."
oh, they didn't get the slash off.
No, because he impaled them immediately with his bare hands.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh, with his
that's why I love
backhands. He didn't
reading
even.
this. I read this 3 times, and I was wrong each time.
He didn't even turn around. He impaled them with his backhands.
Yeah, whoa. I mean, he did establish 2 chapters ago that he was done playing around.
Yeah. Yes. Very much like Kaido. He was like, you know what? I'm over this. He tries to go for Asta again. His punch is so severe looking that Lieb's life flashes before his eyes. Not Asta. The demon within Asta is like,
He's on his side. He's like, ugh.
he looks, his life is flashing before his eyes, and Asta can see all of it. And you know, this is a really cool moment where like we get into the mind of Lieb, where he's like, "What was this all for? Lucina got killed, and I got my cursed anti-magic, but I still couldn't beat Lucifero. If she hadn't met me, Lucita wouldn't have died." And he's just like in this, you know, blank emotional anime space, where you know the younger version of a character exists to say hello to.
The true version, the pure version.
I mean, this is the all for one for all space, because they did the same thing. If you remember when Shigaraki and Deku were in that space, he was like, "This is a little boy crying for help." This is the same exact space. But yeah, he's weeping over his mom, and Asta's like, "I didn't know a thing about your pain. I was the only one who couldn't use magic. It hurt. But your anger and your sadness gave me strength. I'm really lucky I met you." And you know, Asta picks him up, and he's like, "Together we can do this." And Lieb realizes that he's not alone, and together they go off. "Let's go, brother!" And they get a new form on top of the new form.
I think so. I think so. I think the 3 horns in the middle are new.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, the new drip.
Yeah.
Asta's new demon
I
drip.
mean, I'll be completely honest with you. I'll take it. I'll take it all. I'll
Oh,
take a new form after this.
don't mistake me. I am not in disagreement with this. Honestly, this 2-page spread is fire.
Oh, yeah. Actually, it is a 2-page spread, right? Yeah. Yeah, he blocks his punch with just the small sword too.
Yeah.
That was demoralizing. Like, boy, you weak. That punch had no gumption behind it.
Yeah. You've awakened my inner anime anger. And now I'm going to fuck you up. But yeah, that's where the chapter ends. Another short chapter, actually. This is 16 pages. Only two pages longer than My Hero this week.
I bet you the last thing he says is, "And you hurt Yuno.
Yeah, that's the next.
You broke his axe in front of me and embarrassed him.
My friend!
I'm gonna end this.
You hurt my bestie! And that's where the next one starts. But Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Man, this was my second favorite chapter of the week, believe it or not.
Same Z's.
Yeah. Oh, it was your second favorite?
Yeah, it was my second favorite.
Nice. Yeah. As much as I was like laughing and joking about this shit, I thought it was cool. You know, when I was gonna crack a joke about it, but then I thought maybe I should save it as an actual thought. But you know, when Lieb's life flashed before Asta's eyes, I was thinking like, man, You know, I said I've been through a few brushes with death already. Like, so he just, that's why there was nothing going flashing before his eyes. Because he was just like, yep, every day I'm ready. You know what I'm saying?
Actually,
leave not so much. So he was really just like, oh shit, you know, for the first time probably.
Yeah. Asta's like, oh, par for the course for me. What is this, Tuesday?
Yeah. He's like, whoa, bro, skirt down. I got you, bro. Remember, I'm the main character. I do mad push-ups and nothing can stop me. Let's go. Especially not with my friends involved. You know, and yeah, he's gonna beat the demon devil king guy. It's gonna be fucking lit, and I can't wait. I want him to get carved up into pieces Resident Evil style, but not clean diamond pieces. Just bunch of, like, I don't want him to stop, but I don't want it to cut him up so much that you still can't see the piece. I don't want it to be cut up to a fine dust. I want chunks, small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope I was able to thoroughly articulate what I want Asta to do to this guy.
Yeah, you don't want it to be atomized.
Yes.
You want him to be, you know, you can still see him. You can still see that he has suffered.
That's why he's called Atomic Samurai. You get it now?
Yeah.
Did you already get that?
I think so.
I never put that together. Guys, we're talking about One Punch Man, by the way. There's a character named Atomic Samurai. And that's his name because he can cut down to the fucking atomic level. Yeah. He did it. He tried. He tried against that weirdo Pikmin looking dude. Anyway, I'm veering off.
Yeah.
I'm running off a cliff, Chris. Can you steer this back?
Yeah, let's put.
Was I giving my thoughts on Black Clover?
Yeah.
Was that what's happening?
You were. Are you done with them, or do you have any more?
I like the chapter. It was cool. Beat him up.
Beat him up. Yeah. This is also my second place. If One Piece wasn't in this week, it would have been this. I've said a couple times that I think Lieb is one of the best things that's ever happened to Black Clover. I think as far as like inner demons go, he's a very interesting one and somewhat of a unique one. I like his vibe. I like that he's not just like this super evil piece of shit that's trying to ruin Asta's life. He's just a guy who also had a goal, and he had like a very tangible thing that he wanted to accomplish that falls in line with the rest of the story. So, you know, he's a good foil for Asta. This was a cool moment to see, like, you know, his little emotional side. I felt a little something, you know. I was like, oh, Lieb.
Right, because he's like, I tried for mom, and I got smoked and rolled up in the backwood.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just like, is Lucita not also Asta's mom? Because, like, I thought that's what...
He doesn't have a connection with her, though.
I mean, yeah, no. I know that. I didn't expect him to be like, Mom, but, like, you know, it feels like they're acting like she's not his mom. And I'm like...
Oh, you know, I'm glad you say that, though, bro, because, you know, I think Asta was seeing, when he was seeing the Lieb's life flash before his eyes, too, I think he was seeing his mother for the first time.
Yeah.
And how she acted and moved. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like he was able to experience his mom, too, which is why I thought it was kind of weird that he wasn't like, let's do it for mom, you know?
Well, he doesn't know that, right?
Let's go win.
No, exactly. I mean, like you said, he doesn't have any connection with her, so he doesn't even know that's his mom. If that's even his mom, because I don't even know if they really confirmed that. But
yeah,
it just looks exactly like Asta.
Right. I guess they didn't confirm that yet.
Yeah. I mean, let us know in the comments if you know, if we missed something, because last I checked, I don't think that was like a confirmed thing, even though like it's very heavily implied.
Trying to Google that shit real quick.
Hey, Brian, can you real quick Google if Lucita is Asta's mom? And in the meantime, I guess I'll stall for a minute, because those are all my thoughts. I thought the action was dope. I thought
it was pretty dope.
I thought the art is dope.
I was about to try to use their finishing move on him and catch him slipping. It just sprouted arms. And they got caught because they didn't expect him to do some wild shit like that.
Yeah.
It looks like it's confirmed.
Say again?
It looks like it's confirmed.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Asta's mom, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since that arc. I forgot.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I'm in the same boat as you, bro. I wasn't sure. I just felt like that. I remember them saying that.
Yeah.
I like the chapter.
Me too.
Very enjoyable. Too bad One Piece dropped the whole JB.
Yeah, the old JB.
The old JB.
Old JB came through and ruined everything for every other manga.
Yeah.
Because, like, justifiably, there's no way we couldn't give it the RGC.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And it wasn't bad.
No,
Kaido was rampaging. I got a lot of the stuff I liked.
Yeah, it was a good One Piece chapter on top of the JB stuff. But
yes.
Anyway.
Recipe for success.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Black Clover segment, and it's over now. So I suppose we should move onward. Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 102, Regulator. Last we left off, Andy pissed off God so much that they were like flipping over the Monopoly board in a sense and being like, you know what, fuck it. Here's a new aspect to the world that we're adding. So you
literally the rules.
Yeah, he's like, oh, no, fuck you can't do that. I'm sending. I'm enacting regulations on undead, and something crash lands into the forest, Kal-El style, and guess who emerges? This weird mummy guy pulls up out of the forest.
Was not expecting the mummy guy to come up out from the sun.
Yeah, I called this, by the way, that is going to be the Arankars of the Undead Unluck world.
I did.
Where's more humanoid rules.
They even lashed out against their subordinates.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't it so fucking edge, man? In a good way?
Oh my god. So fucking edge.
Like, Chris might be joking, but I'm dead ass serious. I was like, oh man, these guys are serious.
Yo, Brian would love this guy.
Yeah. He's so cool. He killed his homies.
Yeah, he turned around. Okay, so what happens? What happens is that the regular
15-year-old Josh, wild guy.
The regulation that God enacts pulls up out of the forest, and the other UMAs pull up and is like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like jail style. Like it's turn around, it's like, "I see you here, new guy."
Newbie. This is what you racking.
And yeah, just like Josh said, he starts being like, pathetic, so weak, you couldn't even stop one negator. No worthless pieces of shit who cannot comprehend even an iota of God's will. And what's funny is the UMA is like, what? Huh? Oh my god.
You said we're what? I like how one of the Umas got. Oh yeah, like, you said what? As he gets wrapped up in quilts.
Yeah, he just gets absorbed into the mummy guy's mummy thing. And he's like, pathetic. There's so many rules here, yet none of you can restrain a single UMA.
What's up with this dynamite guy? Did we address this already? I feel like we did.
I mean, it doesn't matter anymore because he is wrapped up in this guy's.
I think he's bomb. I think he's explosion.
Yeah, he's just the concept of bombs. If you kill him, you kill bombs.
Yeah, no more dropping bombs in the booth.
Yeah.
No more nothing.
Yeah, the very concept of bombs in any facet, any way.
Yeah.
So
I like how they made that super duper clear in the other chapter. He's saying, in case you guys forgot.
Thirst is gone.
Yeah. It's gone.
Gone.
Every conceivable way.
Yeah, I imagine never feeling thirsty again. I mean, that still blows my mind. Like the premise of the series.
Water, bro.
Say again?
I can't imagine not drinking water.
Especially sparkling water. Never. But yeah, he absorbs all the UMAs, and Andy's like, thanks for the help. Never would have guessed a UMA would clean up its mess. And man, this guy is all business. they start shit talking immediately. It's like, you're undead, correct? I have an order from God. And Andy's like, oh yeah, what kind of errand does God have you running? Little bitch boy, little bitch doing errands, little bitch boy.
I like this exchange. I thought it could have been a little spicier, but I think he held back.
Yeah, he gave it a sprinkle. He gave it a little sprinkle. And then he does his attack, his 2-page spread, look how impressive I am attack. And Andy Matrix dodges it. Gets part of his chest cut off though. His pecs.
You can see his he scaled his chest bones.
Yeah.
What do you call it? His rib cage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very funny.
Yeah. This is why you shouldn't have pecs, guys. Don't work out. You can't do matrix dodges with bulging pecs.
It's not a good combination.
No. But then he releases his weird wrap thing, and then a bunch of trees fall out because not only did he cut the trees with his attack, he also absorbed them within these wraps, drops them all on everybody. He pulls up on his weird Nimbus cloud thing and just yoinks fucking Andy's heart out of his chest.
Hunter.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's been watching Hunter. Hunter!
Bang, 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 bang. Hunter x Hunter reference.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. You managed to get one in. I was wondering if you're going to be able to pull it off, but you did it. Last time I doubt you, my friend.
Nigga said my dad would have did it without the blood. I was like, wow. That sounds impossible. Which means he's pretty serious.
Yeah, he means he's a big deal.
It's a pretty big deal.
Oh my god. We got to do a little bit of a Hunter x Hunter recap with you. Just
yeah, we could recap some we could figure it out. I'd love to.
Cuz I just watched it for the first time recently as well. So
I even rewatched that first arc. I ain't going to lie, that first arc was so great.
Yeah.
Like just the exam itself was very good.
Yeah. But anyway.
Oh, the prisoners were assholes. Anyway.
Back to Undead Unluck. Yeah, basically he's like, with UMAs, they become sealed once I absorb their core into the talisman. But I can't do the same for humans. So, for my next move, I will simply wrap everything and seal you. That is the reason God chose me. Since the dawn of civilization, that is how undead has been felled.
Word?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh.
You just seal
undead away. Because rock on the snake, and I'm like, is that some type of biblical reference?
I think so, actually.
It must be, because snakes aren't... They're not undead. They're pretty much alive and can die.
If you think about how, God is God, that guy, and the devil is a snake.
Ah, yes, he sealed him. I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed in myself that I didn't get the reference sooner.
Hey, buddy, it's okay.
I was in the right direction. I did say something about it being biblical, maybe.
Yeah.
Just didn't take it further than that.
Hey, bud. Hey, go easy on yourself. Hey, that's my friend you're talking about.
Thanks, bud.
Anyway, the last 2-page spread is this regulation introducing himself as Seal, the very concept of sealing things. So he was born of God's regulation to seal undead. And Andy's like, say. He said, hey. He said, been a while since I faced certain doom. And that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I really wish Andy would have said, how about I cut you to shreds and wipe my ass with the remains. That would have been pretty metal.
It would be pretty metal.
That would have been pretty sick.
I guess you can't say that.
I thought he was like, hey, he's sick. You a lame ass nigga. I don't know. I thought he's gonna kind of say some slick shit to him, but he's just like, all right, ready to die as always, like Andy and Asta.
Yeah.
Asta would admire this guy for sure.
100%.
Man, this mummy guy is real funny, and I don't think he's trying to be. I don't think the author is intended that to be the case, but, you know, Bleach will do it to you.
Yeah.
What can I say, man? Really like the art. I think this seal guy's intimidating. I think this is actually, you know what? When I finished reading the chapter, what I thought to myself was, "Oh, cool. We're gonna see a focused fight between Andy and this guy, and it's not the end of the series. He's still got to fight somebody else. So it's like, all right, this might be a nice, cool preliminary fight. Sometimes the preliminary fights are way more lit than the ending.
Yeah.
I remember the fight with Sasuke and Kabuto, and then his dead brother came alive to put him in this infinite Tsukuyomi. That was crazy, man. I was right before the end of everything, and I was probably I'm not gonna say the last lit thing that happened. It's not true, but that was one of the craziest things that happened right before the war. Or do I have my series of events
No,
mixed?
that happened during the war.
During the war, and that's actually what stopped the Ito Tensei, right? That when they took care of him. Is that what happened?
I think so. It has been several years since I've read Naruto.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna just leave it there.
Yeah.
How about that? I really enjoyed this chapter, and I liked it more than My Hero Academia.
Wow.
I like My Hero Academia too.
Wow.
Did I say it a lot better? I said I liked it better, right?
Yeah, you said you liked Undead Unluck better than My Hero.
Because Undead never gets no credit for nothing, man.
I give it lots of credit.
I give it a little bit of love. I gotta make it known.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this guy is definitely intimidating and very interesting, although we did have, like, some fun with just, basically framing him as a Bleach villain. But,
yeah, I think I just had more fun with the chapter reading it with you guys than I think My Hero Academia was actually better. Let me relax.
yeah.
But always a fun time.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I enjoyed this chapter. I wonder how. Yeah, I guess it's not as close to the end as we think, because he has to fight this guy, then he has to fight Unruin.
He tried to snatch his heart to steal. Do you even say that? Like how he tried to steal his heart, like he was a Umako and was like, that's Oh,
definitely.
That didn't work. Okay. He got him. That was the way to beat him. He would have lost.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about it. It was a cool action chapter. I do like, the thundercloud little sequence. I thought that was like a really cool panel. I'm very interested to see. And this is a good one-on-one fight. We haven't gotten many of those over the course of Undead Unluck lately. So, the last one we got really was like Top and Chikara. I think is Chikara versus the unrun out of things to shoot at people guy.
Unrun out.
Unrun out. But yeah,
something you get it.
I mean, I guess if you kill Seal, do you just like kill the concept of sealing things?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, no, what about the animal seal? It's spelled differently.
No, not seals. Like the idea of sealing things. Like, so would Tupperware work?
Tupperware
would bottle caps work? What would happen if you destroy a seal?
No stamps. You see, like a seal of.
No, you're right. No more stamps. Damn. It's a cold, stampless world.
Andy better chill, man. He kind of is wilding.
He is just destroying the concepts of reality. Imagine you're working out and then all of a sudden, imagine you're just working out and you're like really thirsty, but then all of a sudden you just don't feel thirsty anymore.
Damn.
And you're just like, whoa.
That's just, what do you say? I don't know what it is anymore. What am I even missing? What? So you just know something's gone.
Well, nobody's
until for remembering things were gone is cut up as well. And then that won't be a case. You just
the concept of memory.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, I think you'd remember thirst. So, like, just because you kill a UMA doesn't mean you don't remember it. So you remember this thing existed, but it's not here anymore.
thirst was a thing. He's like, I know what it was. But I can't explain to you what it was. It's like when certain people have like strokes, or like if you put something like on one side of their brain. I know you've heard of that when like they look at like a pencil, like certain people like that have like certain shit fucked up with their brain. Like if they had a stroke, they look at a pencil and be like they would ask them a question like, okay, what is this? And they would say, I don't know. Oh, that's what it was. We learned about that shit in Dr. Waprovnik's class, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
When it was like, okay, like with certain people, all right, when certain people have a stroke or a certain brain condition, like the left brain and the right brain, like control certain types of memories or certain associations, and that like if they cover their eye, they would only have access. Like they cover their right eye, they would only have access like to the left side, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. If anyone knows what this is in the comments, let me know, yo, and I'm gonna hit you back. But like, so this is what he said. He was just like, okay, like basically, like in this case study with the dude, they told him to cover one eye and then look at the object, right? And it was like a pen or a pencil, and he was just like, okay, what is this? And he was like, I don't know. And he was like, what do you do with it? He's like, well, you write stuff down with it, while keeping his eye covered. And he's like, but you don't know what this is. He was like, man, I have no idea. I've never, I just don't have it. I don't know what it is. But I know you write with it and you can do stuff. And he knew how to use it and stuff. And he covered his eye. And he was like, what's this? And he was like, oh, a pen.
Oh, wow.
He's like, what do you do with it? He's like, I have no idea.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that was like one of the actually like very few cool things he did in his class, and I thought that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all, but I was never a science genius.
Might have happened in sociology class in college, so I might be blending things together. I'm pretty old. Maybe the UMA for memory has been damaged in our world.
Oh yeah. Definitely for sure. Memory has been fucked up in our world. But yeah, I mean that's it about Undead Unluck. And that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. As per usual, you can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh at JDCole_37 on Instagram. At NYChillin on Twitter, Brian at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. Follow him on his Twitch stream at It's Punchline, twitch.tv/It's Punchline. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll that we do every week. So vote for your favorite chapter. We'll reveal them on the show. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you have any thoughts on the chapters, on the show itself, comment under the video below. I usually try to tell you guys to comment under after each time we cover a series, just so the highlights get them too, but I forget. But comment. Let us know what you guys think about the show, about the manga, whatever you guys want. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. And subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Audio version usually goes up first, so check us out on that. Leave us a 5-star review on either iTunes or Spotify. Help us out with this algorithm, dudes. We're getting found a little bit, but we could use a little bit more help. So let us know. Comment, like, share, do all the things that the algorithm dictates. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you soon, New Jump citizens.
Peace out.